Okay. The February 2021 meeting of the New Ulm Human Rights Commission is now called to order. A reminder for everyone that since we do have 3 of our members online, that we will need to take any votes by tally, by roll call. So we'll be ready for that. Our first item of business is the approval of the minutes from the January 25th, 2021 meeting. Take a moment to look at that. Compliment Wendy on their length. I would entertain a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
This is Dan. I'll move to accept the minutes.
There a second?
I second that.
Okay, all in favor of accepting the minutes? Tim?
Aye.
Jackie?
Aye.
Dan?
Aye.
Kristen?
Aye.
Chad? Aye. Wendy? Aye. Motion passes. Minutes are now approved. Our next item of business is the budget report. If you look at our financial report, we haven't, I think, can't get there. I think Lisa mentioned that there was a small expense on there that we incurred. Maybe that came up. She emailed me. Basically, that was a check from the poster and essay contest that got lost. They got rid of it and reissued a new one. That's the explanation behind that. We haven't spent any money yet. Events committee report will explain that in a minute. I'm going to take right now the jump down to item 12.2 on the agenda. Since we don't have any reports yet, we're going to just tell you the committee assignments. The executive committee got together. We're asking Chad, Jackie, Diane, and Deanna to serve on the events committee. Kristen, Wendy, Dan, and Tim on the education committee. We divide up nicely into groups of 4. The executive committee currently is Dan and Wendy and I. We talked about what needs to be done, and what we'd like to do is to refer the events committee to the 2 jobs. One is to begin some research on a Martin Luther King Jr. Day event in New Ulm, and also the New Ulm Human Rights Award. The education committee will take care of the poster and essay contest and continue to contact the Mankato Area Diversity Council for our community planning event. Hopefully we'll be able to get that done this fall if COVID stays away. The executive committee needs to take a closer look at the city strategic plan and see where there is some work for becoming a statement on there for welcoming newcomers and outsiders to New Ulm. So that's our task as an executive committee. Which takes us then, are there any questions? I'll let you ask on that. Okay, good. Then we'll move ahead to, yeah, go ahead, Dan.
I was just gonna say one. The events committee with the MLK event. So, have we discussed that, or is that something that is like when and what are we?
For next
what would
year,
that look?
for next
Okay, so
year,
next
we talked
February?
about it last time,
Okay.
and we thought that the events committee could maybe get together and chat about possibilities, or even if we should sponsor one and come with a recommendation to the full commission. That makes sense?
Yep. It does. Yep. Thank you.
Okay. Jackie, any questions on that?
No.
Okay. You're down with that?
I am down with that.
All right, good. Then if we move ahead to our executive committee report, the executive committee responded to something that we had talked about last time, which is hearing some comments from some local citizens who were concerned about some language choices in some of our meetings. We decided to send a gentle encouragement, and we worked on the wording for that. And if you click, there's a link there to a draft. I don't know why mine is not. Yeah, I'll get there.
Will you read it for everyone?
Sure.
You have it. Do you want me to read it?
Yeah. Jackie, why don't you go ahead and read it? Mine's not coming up.
Wendy?
Wendy, sorry.
Okay.
For
Okay,
Jackie.
it's, we, as the New Ulm Human Rights Commission, are reaching out to other city commissions and councils in response to communication we have received by community members. Part of the New Ulm Human Rights Commission's mission is to advise the city on a wide range of human rights issues, and to that end, improve human relations in the city. It's been noted that language used in public meetings may be exclusionary to members of our community not identifying as Caucasian and/or of German descent. We would like to offer a reminder to be mindful of words used in meetings that have the potential of alienating people you are serving. Although New Ulm has a strong Germanic history that we're proud of, it's important to realize that not everyone in our town shares this heritage, and it shouldn't be assumed that they do. Going forward, please be conscious of language used that may exclude rather than include all community members.
I'll open that up for comments.
I think that's great.
Our plan is to send this to the, I talked to Lisa, and we would disseminate this to the people who are controlling of the agenda, and they would add it to the agenda to the various commissions and city council. And I'll plan on talking to the city manager, letting him know what's up, so in case he has any questions.
Do we have to approve this?
I think we probably should approve that.
Okay.
I'm just asking if there are any questions or any suggestions at this point.
That's good.
Wendy did the bulk of the work on that draft, so we thank Wendy for that.
A lot of writing
Thank
this
you,
was.
Wendy. Great.
What was that, Dan?
I was just thanking Wendy. I think it's very well done as well.
I just wanted to hear it twice.
Is there a motion to refer, to pass this on to the various city commissions and city council?
All motion to move it on.
Kristen moves. Is there a second?
Second, this is Tim.
Tim seconds. All those in favor of moving this on by roll call? Tim,
Aye.
Jackie,
I,
Dan,
Aye.
Kristen,
Aye.
Chad? Aye. Wendy? Motion passes. We will forward that through Lisa to send out to the various committees. And I see the mayor is here, so he could, if he has any, people have any questions, he can also probably answer them if it's various committees that you're on. Thank you, Mayor.
I do think before you send it, we'll just fix, it looks like city is all capitalized on here and it shouldn't be.
Okay,
That just,
right.
it doesn't change
Clean it
anything
up.
other than
All right,
grammar.
sounds good. Okay. Are there anything else from the Public Relations Committee, Dan or Wendy, that we came up with?
Not that I can think of.
I think that was all we came up with. We do have, just to go back, we do have on our, to deal with the strategic plan, so. Is anyone aware of any current human rights issues? I've been involved with the, When Hate Comes to Town. They have monthly Zoom meetings on how to prepare for these hate groups when they show up in your community and how to best deal with them. The last one was on handling the media, which I think we've done fairly well since I've been on the Human Rights Commission. I thought we've handled that pretty decently. That's the only thing I can think of right now. I don't think there's anything pressing. Okay, moving on. Any legislative update? Dan, are you aware of anything?
No, I am not. I think that there's some things coming down with adjustments to some of the sexual assault statutes, but I think as of right now, it's just in committee, and so nothing. But it'll be interesting to keep an eye on that.
I believe Dee is currently our city council liaison, and she volunteered for the first quarter, which is January, February, March. So we'll need someone in our next meeting to volunteer to be our city council liaison, which that entails is to attend or watch the city council meetings and apprise us of any issues that might be coming up that would fall within our scope as a Human Rights Commission.
I thought Tim at the last meeting
Was Tim-
volunteered for the next
Tim?
3 months.
Oh, you're up, Tim. Sorry, I'm sorry. So you're
Yeah, I
on
don't
right
have
now?
Nothing to report.
Okay, good. You're on right now?
Yep, nothing to report. I'm
You're-
on right now, yeah.
You're on through March then. Okay, I'm sorry I had that wrong.
No
Thank-
worries.
Thank you. Other business, the lawn sign inventory and distribution. We talked about maybe not so much centralizing, but at least keeping track of where they're at and who's got them, and so in case we need them. I know I have about 3 of the justice signs.
I have about 15 of the justice signs.
Okay, Chad, who's got the rest of those then? Dan, do you
Probably
have?
me.
10 of the rainbow signs.
Wendy, and you have the rainbow signs, Jackie. You have, how many, do you estimate how many we have?
10, I have 10.
Okay. Anybody
I
else
have a
have
good 20.
rainbow signs?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe put that in the minutes so we know who to contact in
Okay.
case we need
Dan,
to,
how many did you have, Dan?
of the justice signs?
Yeah, I didn't count. I forgot about that. I don't know, 30 of each maybe. I got a bunch,
Okay.
but I'll get a better number here for you.
It's probably a good idea that we come up with a process that we maybe can put into our, someplace in there where we kind of know where, who's got them and where.
I've been receiving like text messages from whether it be Dan or Jackie or,
Okay,
yeah, that just tell me an address and I've been just dropping them off, so.
okay, all right, good. Thanks, Chad. Yeah, I had my rainbow sign disappeared in the last windstorm, I think, so. That's good to keep track of, because I think there's some, I think as the summer, as the snow melts, there might be more interest in putting some of those signs up. We've already dealt with the committee assignments and the public meeting language statement. Is there any other business? I just have one report. The Welcoming Communities group is merging with the New Ulm Forward group. They have similar purposes, and so they are in meetings right now to discuss mission statements and eventually bylaws and a name. So they're in negotiations with that. I'm part of that New Ulm subcommittee, so I keep track of that, what's going on as the chair. But the purpose of the Welcoming Communities is to make the community a warmer place for newcomers to come in, encourage people to become involved in the community, helping them assimilate into the community, things like that. And the New Ulm Forward has had the similar, they had the community tables. Is that what it was called?
Round tables?
Well, they had the meals, they had those community meals, right?
yeah.
Kind of welcoming newcomers. So they're kind of merging right now. The group is advised by the Welcoming Communities. We have a team of 3 that advises us. One of them was Julie Hawker, who spoke to us several months ago here when she was pushing the Welcoming Communities program. So anybody have any questions on that?
No.
And the other item of interest is I attended the Minnesota Department of Human Rights meeting of Human Rights Commissions, which was a rather interesting one. And it was one of the first ones they've done since Tim and I went up to that workshop that they had. This was a little different, Tim. This was just to kind of checking out where people are at and what people are doing, and just to kind of create some liaison. I did ask a question about what's the status of the Minnesota League of Human Rights Commissions, and I was very abruptly told that you'd have to check with the League of Human Rights Commission. So apparently there's no connection between the Minnesota Department of Human Rights and the League of Human Rights Commissions. If you remember, we kind of withdrew our subsidy for that because there were some things going on within that group that we didn't necessarily agree with. So I'll keep you posted on anything that comes with that. The Minnesota Department of Human Rights. It was an informative meeting, but I think it's nothing. I think we're a long-established Human Rights Commission, and what we've been doing is what they're trying to promote in several other communities. You know, we've been doing this for almost 50 years here in New Ulm, and in fact, maybe we should give that to the events committee. Should figure out when our 50th anniversary is. This big celebration. So that is kind of the standing with that. Any questions on those two items?
2025 would be our 50th.
Is that what it is? Yeah, okay. It's a slow month, folks, so.
Mr. President, did you mention that the executive committee did review the bylaws?
Oh, I did not. We should report that. Thank you, Dan.
Yep.
As noted in our bylaws, the executive committee did review the bylaws on an annual basis, and we have, at this point, no recommendations to make changes into the current bylaws. I don't know if we need a motion on that, or
I don't think so, we're not making any changes.
we're not making any
right?
changes, but does anybody have any questions on that? Most of you remember, I'm saying this for Kristen's sake too, we had updated the bylaws a few months ago because they hadn't been updated in a while. And we updated them, and so in the bylaws, we put they should be reviewed by the new executive committee on an annual basis in February, which we did. Any questions on that? I knew there was a third thing we did in the executive committee. Okay, with that, our next meeting is scheduled for Monday, March 22nd at 5:15. Maybe we'll all be vaccinated by then.
I am.
Good for you. If there is no other business, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move to adjourn. This is Jackie Crable.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Chad? All in favor? Tim?
Aye.
Jackie?
Aye.
Dan?
Aye.
Kristen?
Aye.
Chad? Wendy?
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, folks, for coming, getting our work done. If we have any other things for next week, send them to me or send them to Lisa for the agenda.
Don't forget to